No.
Hi, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Workforce Solutions Facebook Live series. My name is Jeanette Lara, Student Hireability Navigator with Workforce Solutions, and I am also joined by my counterpart, Ricky Rendon, also Student Hireability Navigator with Workforce Solutions. Today, we are very happy to have Ms. Perla Leo, um, who is the coordinator of the Student Accessibility Services at South Texas College here in McAllen, and she will be going over today some of the services that are available to students. So, welcome, Perla, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me. Again, my name is Perla. I'm the coordinator for Student Accessibility Services with South Texas College, and we're here to talk about the services we provide for our students. Specifically, we're going to touch more on services for students with disabilities. So here you can see our 5 physical campuses. I put a picture in case you're not familiar with our campuses. We do have 5. The center one being our main campus, which is the Pecan campus in McAllen, and top right is the Mid Valley campus in West Laco. Top left is the Nursing and Allied Health campus, and that is also in McAllen. And the bottom left is the Technology campus, and that is also in McAllen. And the bottom right is our Starr County campus, which is in Rio Grande City. So I just wanted to share those physical campuses, but we also have the online college, which obviously with our current situation with the pandemic has been our most busy campus with a lot of services, a lot of our classes going fully online or hybrid. So that's another campus that we do have, the virtual campus. So I just wanted to introduce you to those campuses. Next slide. And what services do we offer? So I'm here to share a little bit about what we do. It's a lot of services we have available for our students. Specifically for students with disabilities, we do have accommodations. It's for students with disabilities, but also pregnant and parenting students that may have restrictions and need accommodations during the pregnancy, towards the end of the pregnancy, if they're going to be out for birth and things like that. We do work with those students as well to coordinate with instructors so that you can continue your education, hopefully remove some barriers for you for when you return. So those are the 2 main things I wanted to share today, but our department does do a lot of other things, including we provide academic counseling, mental health counseling, career counseling, and transfer services, personal growth and academic workshops, mental health screenings, and monthly events. So if you go to our Facebook page, which will be tagged, we are currently in the month of Alcohol Awareness Month. So we do have a free alcohol screening that anybody can do on our website. So that's available for our students or the community. And then last thing we do refer out to the community to other services, departments. If we don't have the service available or if you need a different service, we don't provide, we'll connect you to a community resource and agency that can assist you with other services. Next slide. So going a little bit more into detail on the adaptive technology and software, this is for our students with disabilities. We have that available at our campuses. I did forget to mention we have a counselor at every campus, at every physical campus. And so you are able to see somebody from our department in either campus that you visit. And we also have the technology software available that students need at each campus. If we don't have it available, we do consider purchasing the software technology that students may need. Some of that technology can include the magnifiers, calculators, color screens, accessible furniture, Those are all adaptive equipment and other technologies like laptops. Sometimes students need that because they need a special software, like a screen reader, or they need other technology like assistive listening devices to be able to better hear in the classrooms. So some of that stuff we have available as well for our students. Next slide. So we do have some supplementary aids and services. Um, that also goes a little bit more into detail on the accommodations that we provide. And some of those can be extended time for tutoring, note-taking readers and scribes, sign language interpreters, alternative format materials, depending on the student's needs. That could be anywhere from like an electronic textbook, so they can hear, with a screen reader, they can hear the textbook. Maybe large print if a student has like a visual disability and they need like larger letters. We make that available, and we also have testing accommodations. If the student qualifies for that, it could include anywhere from extended time on exams, distraction reduced testing environment, oral administration, like having the exam read to them, or the screen reader reading the exam for the student. Because of COVID, we are relying more on technology to be, reading for the students. And we also have sometimes the availability of a reader, an actual person that reads the exam to the student. So that just depends on the individual and their disability and what they qualify for. So the next slide. So how does somebody request our services? How does a student request our services? So you do have to apply and be accepted to South Texas College. We are services only for students that are enrolled with the college. You have to follow the admissions process like any other student, and you have to register for courses too. So at least registering for one class, and then at that point you can seek the accommodations. And so you do that by completing the new student application on our Student Accessibility Services website, which I have a preview of here in a little bit. And you do have to provide documentation of a disability within 30 days of submitting your application. Your documentation can be uploaded while you're submitting your application. So it goes hand in hand. And then if the documentation you don't have it at the time that you're applying, you still have those 30 days to get it to us. So as long as you're working on getting that documentation to us, we keep in contact with you. You can send it to us directly, or you can upload it. It's up to you. If we don't receive the documentation, you may have to reapply after this 30 days because we do have timelines that we need to meet as well. And then the last thing is, once you apply and you provide your documentation, you must also participate in a scheduled intake interview. That's our chance to interact with you, to ask you some questions, to get to know you as our student and what classes you're going to be taking, how your disability affects you, how it may affect you in your academic career here at South Texas College. So that's the kind of conversation we need to have in that intake interview. And usually that is with a counselor here at the department. Next slide. So this is a preview of our website, the Student Accessibility Services part of our program. And so if you look at the resources area, there is a blue button that's circled that says New Student Application. And so that is where you would click in order to go and submit an application for accommodations. Whether it be a student with a disability or pregnant and parenting student, it's the same application. And so this is what you want to find on our website to connect with us. We get notification the same day you apply, or the next business day in case you apply on a weekend. And we monitor that almost on a daily basis, our applications that are coming in. You can apply at any time during the school year. during the semester. We are here over the summer because we do have summer courses going on, which also students can apply for accommodations at that time. Or you can apply early during the summer for fall when our largest semester begins, our most popular semester. We encourage students to get ahead and apply as early as possible because we are here all summer to get ahead and start servicing you, do your intake appointment, get to know you in advance of you starting day one of classes. So your accommodations can be ready to go on the first day of school. All right, so next slide. This is just a preview of the application. This is more or less what you'll see. You do scroll down, and this is just like the beginning part of it. But if you see at the top, it says step 1, you fill out the application, and then step 2, you submit the documentation. So it'll have an area for you to upload your records. So if you're getting, for example, you're newly graduated from high school, if you get your ARD records emailed to you electronically, that is perfect because you can upload that same file to this application if that is going to be your documentation for disability. So that would be really helpful for you to submit there. The next slide. And so how do you reach us? You can email disability@soutexascollege.edu. And so we do monitor that email address if we have questions coming in. If you think of something after this presentation, you want to connect with us or you have any questions, let us know. We also have that purple button, contact us if you have questions through that button. It is a form you fill out as a prospective student, as a current student. And once you do that, we get automatic also notice that somebody's trying to reach us, and we will reach out within 2 business days. And again, that is my contact information available in case you want to call me, you have any questions, you want to email me. I am located at the Pecan campus, Building K, 2nd floor, Suite 900. And it says Counseling and Disability Services outside. So you can reach us here as well. Alrighty, so thank you. I don't know if we have any questions or any comments, anything like that.
Thank you, Perla. And the only question we have, I think one of our viewers joined us a little late and asked what this is for.
Mhm.
So for those of you watching right now, this presentation is to learn about the accessibility services offered to students at South Texas College. And Perla, these services, are not automatically given to students. Students have to register and seek these services, right? Um, Unlike at a secondary school where services are given, here you have to actually go to your office and request them and have a meeting every semester, correct?
Yes, so you do have to keep up with us on how your classes are going, how your accommodations are working. And in the very beginning of your college career here at STC, you do have to apply to start as a student in our program to see if you're eligible for accommodation. So we do make an eligibility decision at the very start. And then later on, if the student is eligible and they need more services, then they can apply for additional services as needed if they need more accommodations. But it would be every term. So yes, that's correct.
Perla, I did have a question.
Mhm.
Once an individual does apply for these services to receive, whether it's disability services, um, how long does it take for those services to become effective?
They're effective the day we make the eligibility decision. We normally it takes about a day or so in order for our system to capture the classes the student is enrolled in. Once we decide you're eligible, our system takes about 24 hours to update with the classes that the student is enrolled in. So within you'll get the notice if you're eligible, or you'll get a notice if you're not eligible, if we're missing documentation, we're missing information from you. And if you are eligible within about 24 hours, you should be able to get back into our system and request the accommodation for each class you're enrolled. So it's almost immediately. There's a small delay, but usually that's why we encourage students to come in advance of the semester starting, because we can get ahead of the semester and be ready to go on day one so your instructors can know you have accommodations approved by our department.
Thank you, Perla.
Great
And
question.
Perla, you mentioned disabilities, right? But I just want to dive a little bit more into what that means, right? What type of disabilities do you focus on? Is it any disability?
For higher education, one of the more popular is disabilities that affect their ability, a student's ability to learn, right? So that could be anywhere from like a learning disability, a sensory disability, a physical disability, just depends. But we do follow the definition of the ADA when it comes to disability, which is anyone with a physical or mental impairment that limits one or more major life activity. And so those are the things that we're looking at. How would your disability affect you in the college setting? So not only having the disability, but also being able to explain to us how it might affect you in the classroom, for example.
Thank you. Yes, that I think that's very helpful for anyone listening, right? And who is either at college or thinking about going to college. There are services available to ensure your success and inclusion so that you have access and equal opportunity, right, to be successful in your studies, obtain your degree, and transition into the workforce. So this is certainly very important information, Perla. Thank you so much. And I have shared the Facebook and your page on this chat. That way, anyone who views can go in there, have access to upcoming events. I know there's a variety of different workshops and opportunities available to the community as well as students, right? Especially students who can tap into those great resources. So thank you for this information and all that you do for South Texas College students.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. And you're right, some of our events are open to only students, but a lot of our events are open to the community as well. A lot of our workshops, they're open to the community, and they can vary from topics from disability, mental health, personal growth, wellness. So please join us at those workshops. Visit our website regularly. The Facebook also has those events announced from time to time. So either website will help you get to our events.
Thank you, Perla.
Thank you.